student recruitment isn't just about visas or numbers or money. It's about humans making life-changing decisions with the help of other humans, and their work often goes unnoticed. We are here to bring them into the spotlight at DreamMakers. Okay, Cynthia, in student recruitment, what pops into your head when you hear the word DreamMakers?
When I hear the word DreamMakers, it comes to us because what we do is to help humans or students. We help them in their path to New Zealand through study programs. So the other day when I was thinking about this podcast and I was talking in my car when driving, and I was like, oh yeah, we are DreamMakers. I mean, we make people's dreams come true in New Zealand. So I was like, I love my job, and now I love it even more because we help people, and that is the best part of it. We're not selling courses, we're not just doing visas, we are changing people's lives, and that is amazing. When I receive a text from my students saying, we are residents now, thank you, you changed our lives. Thanks to you, we are here, we love our life here in New Zealand, and you are part of this dream. I feel really happy for them, and I say my job is really amazing because it's not just numbers and selling. It is like changing people's lives. So I think the name of this podcast really fits what we do. That is helping human beings in the end.
I can imagine like getting a message like that, like, oh, you changed my life, or you helped me make my dreams come true. That must be the ultimate high you can get as a student recruiter.
Absolutely. Especially when they email me or text me after 5 years they have been in New Zealand, or 7 years. So they still remember me, and they say that I am part of their families because I have been in the whole process. So it's really rewarding. I love this about my job.
That is one of the biggest perks of the job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, complete this sentence in your own words. The one thing most people get wrong about student recruitment is...
And because you pay for a visa, you will get a visa. Or because you pay for a program, you will get it. I think many people say, okay, I want to study this. I have the money, I want to pay for it. But it's not just paying for a course. I mean, you have to apply for a student visa, and we have to present funds. We have to present the genuine intention of the student to study that program. So it's not that you just pay for a course and you will be accepted. Or in New Zealand, we say, okay, come to my country and study. No, we have to do a lot of paperwork, and we have to really analyze the student profile. And that is part of our obligation as agents to see your profile and just to be honest with you and say, okay, you're going to make it, or it's very difficult. So I think that is what people sometimes don't understand. They think that because they are just paying for a course, they will get a visa and they will be accepted, but it's not that way, unfortunately.
Yeah. You said that one of the things you look for is that if they're honest or not. How many, if you have 10 students, how many of them are not completely honest, you think?
I think that in the end, all of them are honest, because we mentioned to them very clearly what the problems are if you lie to New Zealand, to immigration, or if you present a fake document. I mean, it's something really serious, so we cannot do that, and they cannot do that. So in the end, we ask the students, say, okay, really, what is your intention? Do you want to remain in New Zealand after your studies? Yes, okay, well, let's try and do what we have with your profile. Let's try to look for a course or something that is good for you. But we want to know from the very beginning what the first idea of the student is. Because if the student says, I just want to go and come back, and then in the end, it's not like that, then we may be helping him to go and come back, but in the end, he has another plan. So if we don't know that plan, maybe we can help him. If he's clear and he says, okay, I want to do this after studying this, we can help him do a great pathway so that he can stay in New Zealand. So we try to be completely honest to the student, and I think in general, they are honest. At least the Latin American market. I know in other markets it's not the same, that there are many fake documents and stuff like that. But here I have never had an issue with that.
It's funny you said about the New Zealand border being so strict and that they shouldn't lie. Like when I was young in the Netherlands, we had the TV show Border Patrol, and it was always about Australia or New Zealand and people getting caught at the border doing illegal things or trying to enter the country with wrong intent or pretending to be a student when they were not a student.
Yeah.
So growing up, I saw that a lot, and I thought, oh, it must be really hard to get into Australia or New Zealand, basically.
Yeah, luckily nowadays it's not that difficult. I mean, if you do things well, you have the funds, you have a clear intention, we pick up a good program, it's fine. I mean, the thing is that we have to choose the correct pathway. And the good thing is that New Zealand they have a growth plan. So they want to double the number of international students and professionals before 2030. So they are giving many benefits to students. For example, up to last year, you could work up to 20 hours per week while studying English. From November last year, you can work 25 hours while studying. So they increase the number of hours. Same as programs, they are giving more postgraduate study options. They are giving benefits for the students' families so they can migrate together if you're a professional. So they are really opening the borders to professionals, to people who qualify, of course. It's not that you can go there without money, without English, without profession. So it's getting easier nowadays. But still, you need to fulfill some requirements, of course.
Yeah, so it's more than just applying, and they should be honest, because you see, the real job is not the brochure, it's the life fit. And that is what you are doing with Experiencia Kiwi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today, I'm with Cintia from Experiencia Kiwi. And so for people meeting you for the first time, what is Experiencia Kiwi? And who are you?
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Cintia. I'm the founder, creator, student counselor, and everything at Experiencia Kiwi. Experiencia Kiwi is an education agency who is based in Argentina. And we work with all LATAM. We have sent students from over 10 countries in Latin America to study and live in New Zealand. We are 100% focused in New Zealand, so we are experts in the area. I lived in New Zealand in 2014, 2015, and when I came back to Argentina, I said, I have to do something to get in touch with New Zealand, because people don't even know where New Zealand is. When I talk to people, many of them say, it is in the Northern Hemisphere, and no, we're in the same hemisphere. So I said, okay, we have to do something to attract New Zealand to Latin America, because it has so much to offer. The way of living is so calm, relaxed. There is no stress. Everything works. You can see people barefoot in the street because they just don't care. You see families enjoying riding a bike all together. They are not so consumist like in other countries. It's like they just work, enjoy life, relax, and they have beautiful landscapes. And I said, okay, we have to do something to attract more Latin American students to this amazing country. And there is when Experiencia Kiwi was born. Little by little, we started opening the number of programs we offer. We started with English language programs, and nowadays we have high school programs for teenagers. We have summer camps and winter camps, rugby academy, English, everything that has to do with higher education, diplomas, postgraduate, master's degrees. And nowadays with master's degrees, you can travel to New Zealand with your whole family. You can work while study. Your partner can work full time. Your children can go to school for free, primary and secondary school. Then you get 3 more years of post-study work visa, and you get 6 out of 6 points for to apply for residence. So it is like a great package for those families who want to migrate together. So well, here we are. We are experts in the field. We offer, for example, nowadays more than 120 master's degree options in New Zealand. We work with more than 10 universities, ITPs or PTEs. We work with more than 10 language schools, more than 8 high schools in different cities. So we try to open to other markets, especially during the pandemics, because New Zealand was closed for a long time. But then I said, okay, I know New Zealand. I love New Zealand. This is what I like. So we are nowadays focused 100% in New Zealand because it's what we like doing. We have experience, we have some students of all ages, we have families living there. So what we do is from knowledge. I mean, I'm not just Googling the city, if it is good or not. I mean, I have been there, I have visited the schools and universities. So it's great. Yeah.
You go there often? You go back? Do you go back to New Zealand often?
Not often, but I was there, for example, last year, and I was visiting schools, many cities. I do like many farm tours. I even met many of my students who are there, and they invited me to their homes and they cooked for me. So we have amazing time together because, as I said before, we have a very good relation with my past students. So it's always great to see them, to meet them, to talk to them again, and to share their great things that they achieve, a new job or residence or whatever. they're always contacting me and telling me.
Oh, it's so nice that they don't see you as just a company that helped them get abroad. No, they see you as really someone that had an impact on their life, and that's why they still
Yeah,
contact you.
absolutely. And that's
I
the part
hired
that I
an
love.
uh, myself. I hired an agency to find me an internship in Thailand, but that agency was the worst. They just wanted my money. So
Yeah, there are
actually,
many like that.
before I started this work, I had a negative image of agencies, basically just because of
Hmm.
my experience. And now I'm working in this field, and I realize, luckily, it's not all like that. It's not just about money or visas or whatever, but that company definitely scammed me out of a lot of money, and they didn't deliver at all. So that set me back like almost a year of my school educational career. So that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pity because there are good companies as well.
Mm.
I mean, you have everything in the market. I have seen many things. I have seen students coming to me saying they made a mistake in my visa, and I was like, why did they do this? And the other agency, they didn't even apply on behalf of the student to the visa just to hide themselves. And
Mm.
then you try to solve students' issues, and I say like, why are they working like that? I mean, you're sending a person to the other side of the world who is investing a lot of money, who has a lot of plans and ideas about what's coming, and then you're just doing business and thinking about numbers.
Mm.
It's like I don't like that part. So
It's kind of cruel because mostly these people are very
absolutely,
young, so they have no experience doing anything like this. So they fully trust in the agent, and then they get burned, and then that is like one of their first tastes in real adult life, I guess. And as adults, we get disappointed all the time, but when we're young, we're still like fresh and have pink glasses of the world, and then yeah, that can really break a person because it's their whole
yeah,
life at that point, basically.
absolutely, yeah. So it's not just money; it's also the feeling you get. So after this bad experience, and I see lots of it. So yeah, it's
Mm.
really disappointing. But what we continue working on our own to be great in what we do. People trust us, and I think that is the best.
You said that one of the good things about New Zealand is that they're not so consumerist in a
Mhm.
sense. Are Argentinians that consumerist?
What's really? We are.
Are Argentinians so consumerist? Like that is it's so
No,
nice to go to New Zealand because they're not.
no, not here. But I was checking like nationalities and ways of living. For example, in New Zealand, when we were living there, there was a sushi restaurant that my husband worked in there. And he was with our mentality, Argentina mentality, that you have to offer more, grow more. And he was saying, like, you have full tables every night. Why don't you open another restaurant? Or why don't you do delivery? Why don't we do offer this and that? And the owner was like, but that's fine. I come here, I serve his tables, people are happy. I close at 9:30 p.m. in summer, which is almost light. Still, it's not so dark. And she was fine. And then she went home. They go, they work, they're okay, and then they enjoy life. You see people running, walking up the mountain where I was living, the beach, surfing, riding bikes, and they're so relaxed. I mean, in general, I mean, of course, not everybody, but it's like sometimes you go walking on the street and people are like, hi, how do I say? And you're like, have a nice day. So it's a very relaxed way of living. You go to the bank and there's nobody in the bank. People,
Mm.
not here in Argentina, you go to the bank and you may be there for 2 hours. And then you go there, people smile at you. I don't know, selling a car, for example, it takes 15 minutes and you pay just $5. Here in Argentina, it takes a lot of paperwork to sell a car, a lot of money. So, I mean, everything is like so easy. And what I really like about New Zealand is the way of thinking that they have compared to Latin America. I don't know how it is in South Korea, but for example, I sell kiwis, the kiwi fruit, because I have lots of kiwis. So I put like a table outside my house with the bags with kiwis and a little
Mm.
box, and it says $1. So
Mm.
people take the bag of kiwis, they put $1, and they leave. Nobody steals the kiwis. Nobody takes the money. I mean,
Mm.
and when you ask to the Kiwi, the New Zealander, you say, why do you do that? And they say, why is somebody going to take it without paying? If it's not his or hers, why is it
Mm.
going to take it? And we're like, wow, because here in Argentina it's not the same. So I mean,
Mm.
when you live there and it's so relaxed, it's like you say like,
Mm.
wow, great. It's great, and everything works. I mean, so of course there
It's nice
are
to
problems and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, it's a very different way of living.
it's
So
nice
it's
to still
great.
have that trust system, or the honor system, I guess they call it. If you
Yeah,
do that in Europe, it's gone in minutes right away. So don't leave your
yeah,
stuff on the table and ask people to pay, because they no, that's not going to happen
yeah.
nowadays. I think, especially the Western Europe part.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's nice. There are still places in the world that where that is doable. In Korea, there's a lot of unmanned shops everywhere, especially after Corona hit. Now they have a lot of shops where there's no people, so there is an honor system, but there's also a million video cameras. So it's not it's not advisable that you try to steal something, because then you will still get caught, basically. So it's a different honor system. It's a guild
Yeah.
system more.
Yeah, what I see is that in general, most New Zealanders still have that chip in the head that of
Mm,
thinking like, what could you do? I mean, it's like they say, if it's not yours, you're not gonna take it. I don't know.
mm.
Or for example, when selling the car, it was like so easy that we were like, no, maybe we were wrong because it's so easy. And we're like, no, you paid me. This is a car that it's yours. That's it. So it's like
Mm.
so easy. I mean, it's like, but in their heads, they don't have like a bad thing. They're not thinking about something wrong. I
Mm.
mean, it's good. Yeah.
So you
So
lived in New Zealand for a long time then, and then you came back to Argentina. Did you keep some of those mannerisms and attitude that the New Zealanders have, and did you bring it back to Argentina, or are you now just 100% Argentinian again?
I mean, when I came back, I was driving, the traffic light went yellow, and I
Mm.
stopped, and people behind me say like, "Rrr, come on. It's like you have to pass because it's yellow, and then a little bit of red, you can cross the street,
Mm.
you mean? So, and I was like trying to respect everything. When driving, it was 80 maximum speed here, and I was 80, like in New Zealand. And people were like,
Mm.
because here nobody respects that. So I was respecting everything, and then I was like the crazy person. So little by little, I'm becoming more Argentinian, unfortunately.
Mm.
But well, I think it is. When I came back to Argentina, I knew where I was coming back. We decided to come
Mm.
back. I could have stayed in New Zealand. We decided to come back because of family. I mean, we wanted to have children, and I didn't want to be without parents, without their grandparents and cousins and friends. And so we
Mm.
came back here, but we knew where we were coming. Yeah.
Mm.
So we were not coming here to change everything because we know it is impossible. Because it is,
Mm.
I mean, how we behave here is part of Argentinians' personality, and it's difficult to change
Mm.
our culture. Yeah.
Mm.
So we knew where we're coming from, where we were coming to, and we said we're not going to complain. I mean, I cannot be living here and saying in New Zealand this happens in New Zealand because
Mm.
okay, go and live in New Zealand if you want to live like that. Here it's different,
Oh,
so we had to
I'm
adapt to our culture, our country again.
I'm definitely guilty of that. Like it's funny. The first thing you mentioned was the driving culture and the traffic. If I drive in the Netherlands like I drive in Korea, I would lose my license in no time. And after my first trip to Korea, 2011, I was an exchange student, and then I went back home, and all I did was what you just said, like, oh, in Korea they do this, in Korea they do that. So I made it my mission to go back. I didn't want to just complain. I knew I was unhappy in the Netherlands, so I made it my mission to go back. So in 2013, I decided to go to summer school, and if you knew me back then, I would have never given up my summer to go to school, basically. So that was already a really a new version of myself. But I was so happy when I came back to Korea that second time. It was like, okay, this is the right choice. And then I needed to do an internship abroad because I did an international education, and I tried to find something in Korea, but I couldn't find anything, even with the help of that scammy comp agency, basically, that tried to find me an internship. But they found me something in Thailand, or it wasn't legit. It wasn't my school. If my school knew the real internship, they wouldn't have allowed me to go, basically. So then I went to Thailand, and I thought, okay, it's close to Korea, I guess. It's also Asia, but I didn't like Thailand as much as I liked Korea. So because I did my internship in another country, it even made my longing for Korea even more, because now I knew, okay, it's not just because it's new or I just go somewhere and it's exciting. It's like, okay, I went to a new place now, and I still want to go to Korea and not to Netherlands, basically. So, and then 2015, I decided to leave everything behind in the Netherlands. I got my working holiday visa, and I moved to Korea, basically.
There you are. See there.
So Yeah, now I'm still here. Yeah, I went back home a little bit, 2018 to 2020, but since 2020 I've been in Korea, so the whole time basically.
But you have to go to New Zealand, at least on holidays.
I almost went. There are some events in this side of the world that people keep asking me to attend, but this year hopefully I can come visit. Isn't in New Zealand? I was when you were talking about it earlier. What TV show was or what movie was shot there? Was it Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Or okay.
the Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, the Hobbit. You have Hobbiton there. Hobbiton is like a place where you can go and visit in Mata Mata, and you can go
Mm,
and visit the little houses, and you have the place where it was recorded actually. So you feel like
mm,
you're in the Hobbit in the movie. And also Avatar has been recorded there, and
okay.
some other, yeah. They have a great company that is called Weta Caves, and they do all the effects and the shooting of films, and it's very famous. And
Mm.
Peter Jackson, I think, is from New Zealand. I'm not sure. So yeah, they have a lot of movies shot in New Zealand. Yeah,
Are
sometimes
there
you were
some
walking in
of?
the street and you see like all
Oh, really?
the movie recordings. Yeah.
Did some of your clients want to go to New Zealand because of that, basically, but because they wanted to be close to where all these movies were shot, or?
No, I haven't had any fun. I mean, when they go to New Zealand, definitely if they're in the North Island, they go and visit Hobbiton that I was mentioning.
Mm,
Sometimes you go to places where movies were recorded. I even did that. But I mean, it's part
mm,
of one more thing to do in New Zealand. You have amazing landscape. It's a very small country, so you drive 1 hour and you're on the beach, and then 1 hour later you are I don't know, in the mountains, or you have the fjordland in the south. So it's an amazing country, small and beautiful.
I
Yeah,
really should visit. I really should go there.
yeah, it's great.
I don't know why I didn't travel as much as I thought I would in my youth. Last year was the year I traveled the most in my life. So I guess now I should make more time to do. Yeah, I hope I can go to New Zealand at least for like a few days to see and maybe combine it with
Yeah.
some student recruiter or education fair or something. That would be
Yeah,
good.
that'd be great. Absolutely. You can ask me for
Earlier,
recommendations or whatever you need
yes.
before traveling.
Yes, I will definitely do that. So earlier you mentioned matching a program to a life. So what do you need to know about a student's life that most agents skip?
First of all, I asked the student, what do you want? Do you want to go there for a couple of months? Do you want to live there forever? Are you traveling on your own with your partner, with children? What's your level of English? So depending on that, we set up a path to New Zealand, because it's not the same if you want to go travel with your wife and your kids, for example, studying English, and if you want to remain in New Zealand. Studying English, for example, is not the best option because your family won't have any benefit. It is like, it's not a migration plan, actually. It is, you go and
Mm,
study English because you want to improve your English, and that's it. I mean, basically, that is the objective. So basically, I asked that, what do you want? Yeah. Are
mm,
you looking for a short-term experience and then you want to come back here to continue university, for example, or to visit your friends, or do you want to remain in New Zealand? And based on that, we start setting up the plan. So it's like a very personalized service, because
mm,
we do like a strategic plan for each person. Maybe if you're 25, 30, and they want to study English, I mean, it's not the same as a family who want to migrate.
mm.
So it's a different thing. But basically that, we talk to a student and see what he or she needs, basically. And based on that, we set up the plan. Sometimes they
So,
lack English. They have an intermediate level of English and they want to study master's degree, so they still need to do something with English. So we offer different options, online programs, pathway programs in New Zealand, overseas. It's like a plan.
mm,
Yeah, so it takes a lot of work to sell a master's degree program, because it's not just selling
mm,
the program, it's like organizing a family's life, let's say.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's
You
very
basically,
rewarding, as I said.
yeah, yeah. It's not just studies. It's like you're helping a whole family go abroad and not changing the life, just the life of the student, but of the whole family in a sense. So
Yeah,
it's quite
and we end
a
up
lot of response.
We end up being psychologists, therapists, because sometimes I remember a student from Peru calling me and saying, Cynthia, I need to know something about my visa because I have someone who wants to buy my car, but I don't know if whether to sell it or not. What do you think? Because if I sell it and I don't get the visa, then I won't have the car and I won't have the visa. So what should I do? And I was like, okay. So it's like in the end, we are therapists, psychologists. And then also when you're traveling with 2, 3 kids with your partner, there are sometimes, I don't know, health issues that appear. I mean, there are so many things happening in so many years. It's like we're juggling with so many things at the same time sometimes. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a lot of responsibility though for you. Can you handle all that responsibility? Does it take a toll on you?
Absolutely. I can handle it. Yeah, because I'm very conscious of what I'm offering and I know the student's profile. So sometimes maybe immigration can reject a visa, but I mean, if I present a visa that is not properly done, I mean, you know that you will have bad chances, but I don't do that. So if you don't have the profile, I prefer not to. I prefer to tell you, no, okay, we don't have a plan for you. And I have to say that sometimes because there are people wanting to migrate with family, with no English, with no money. Okay, unfortunately, this is not for everybody. You need to fit the. You need to fulfill some requirements. So sometimes I have to say no, and I say it. But when I am accompanying a family, I do my best, and I mean, it's a lot of responsibility, but I take it and I like it because I know that I can do it. I have the contacts with the university or the school. If we have to change the date or help them with something, I am there. Because as I said at the beginning, I love what I do. I mean, this is like a hobby for me. I mean, it's a job, of course, but I'm really willing to do my best for my students. So in the end, I think that's why I take the responsibility and I have no problem.
So that's because also you are a solo founder. You're doing everything alone. So of course you get all the highs by yourself, but all the lows you get by yourself too. So that sounds like quite a roller coaster, to be honest. So
absolutely. Yeah. I do everything on my own, but I have tried to expand, but I'm still there. I think it's difficult to trust somebody to give advice to my student about what to study because they don't know the programs. I know everything. So it's very difficult. Also with visas, it's difficult for me to give that responsibility to another person. So I do visas on my own, at least unless we do the visas with an immigration advisor. Sometimes we do that. But well, I know the immigration advisor is a person who studied, who has taken exams, and who is licensed. So I trust that person. But yeah, it is a lot of responsibility, and it's a roller coaster. It's like, yeah, visas, counseling, marketing, a lot of things.
It's funny you said that. Last week I had an agent from India on the podcast, and he has some team members, but all the most important stuff he handles himself because he doesn't trust his employees to do it correctly because it's the life of the students. He doesn't see them just as money or numbers. He knows they are trusting him with his life, and he does a lot of work by himself because he just cannot trust someone else to do it as well as he does, basically.
Yeah. I trust other people, for example, ads, campaigns, or stuff like that. I mean, the counting, of course, but not the part in which I need to put all my responsibility in it. I mean, I want to be there. But also, if you want to grow, it's like difficult to grow because I cannot handle 100 students at the same time. So it is something that I'm working on.
I think that's like a phrase, like if you want to do something well, do it alone. And if you want to go fast, do it with others. Or if you want to go far, do it with others, basically. Yeah. But it's hard to find good people always, I guess. Yeah. I have a really close friend here in Korea. Yeah, he's been an entrepreneur for just as long as I've been, but he never works with other people. His name is Craig. If you're watching Craig doesn't like working with other people. So because of these reasons, it's hard to find good people. For me, I really like working with other people. It brings the best out of me, I guess. I understand.
That's great.
I understand the predicament.
Yeah. For me, it's very difficult to find someone who loves what I do so much. I mean, Experiencia Kiwi is my baby. So I studied it, I made it grow, and now it is what it is, thanks to me. And sometimes when I think about it, I say like, wow, because I am a translator. I mean, I never studied business or management. So I have been growing little by little. Well, now I'm really happy about what I've made. And
Yeah, you should be proud of what you made. Like you're making people's dreams come true.
absolutely.
About those dream makers, parents often are the supporters behind the people with the dreams. What do parents usually care about, and what do students care about, and how do you stop them from pulling in opposite directions if those what they care about is different?
In general, I deal with parents when they are teenagers and go to high school. But if they, or when they go to study English and they are in their 20s, early 20s. But if not, I talk directly to a student and that's it. Or parents who go to study a master's degree, for example. So, I mean, I talk to the parent because he's going to study, he's the student, he or she. In the case of teenagers, no, in general, I mean, for example, the student wants to do high school in New Zealand and he tells the parents, and if the parents support him or her, they come to me, they ask for a meeting. I try to explain everything. When they listen to the programs, they are like, I want to go there now. And the parents also say, I would love to be 16 again to go and do that program because they are amazing. So in general, I have a lot of support from the parents. I mean, if not, they don't ask for a meeting. I mean, if the student likes the idea, he asks for some information. But if parents don't really support him in this experience, they don't even come to me for a meeting, for example. Yeah. So in general,
It's interesting you say like that, because in the Philippines and in India and in also Vietnam, it's more of a family decision instead of just the student. But in Latin America, it's more individualistic then, in a sense.
yeah, I think it depends on the age. As I was mentioning, it's not the same a 20-year-old boy who wants to study in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Maybe parents are a little bit involved because you also need to present funds in a bank account. So if you're 20, maybe you don't have 5,000 US dollars in the account. So they have they need the money of the parents, and parents in the end are the ones who are paying. But then if you're 25 over and you want to travel with your partner, for example, to study English for 4 months, in general, I don't deal with parents in that case. No.
Okay,
So I think it is an age issue. Yeah, it depends on
an age issue,
how old
yeah.
the students are. Yeah.
Yeah, in like I mentioned, the Philippines and India, it's not just an age thing; it's also just their culture. Like it's a family decision, because when they go abroad and they become successful, or they can help the whole family then, and the whole family chips in, basically, not just the parents with the money, but the whole family brings in the money, so the student can go to another country and have a better future than they possibly have. So,
Yeah.
oh, but
Here it's like basically you need money to do this experience. So if you don't have any money, you cannot travel to New Zealand, or yeah, because you have to pay for the visa, pay for the flight ticket, pay for the course. So I don't think that here families see that you're going to save the family if you go to New Zealand. It's more like go and do this experience, enjoy life, open your mind, you practice. It's a
yeah,
different
that's
way.
similar
Yeah.
to the Netherlands. Basically, it's I discussed it a couple times before, but there's in student recruitment there's two clear markets. One is they want to better their financial future, and the other ones is the experience seekers, basically. Like for me
Yeah.
myself, I definitely was an experience seeker. Like I still am, I guess, but I now see that a lot of people, they really just want to go there because they are not happy, or they know there's more out there, so they do everything they can to start somewhere fresh, to start somewhere new, and have a path to permanent residency, or and then bring their whole family there as well, to just for all of them to have a better future. It's quite
Yeah.
admirable, not just some entitled white dude that wanted to go study somewhere abroad and went to Korea and then now now lives there by choice, basically.
Sometimes I see my students who are, for example, in their 30s, who want to go and study English in New Zealand for 4 or 6 months. Yeah, they see it as an experience and as a way of changing their lives. Because here, you go to high school, you finish, you go to university, you finish, you work. That's it. And that's life. And suddenly you are 30 and you say, like, come on, I want to enjoy life. I want to travel. And nowadays I see my students who are in New Zealand, for example, posting pictures of a normal Monday on the beach. They're in the beach on a Monday. I mean, traveling on a Thursday, or I know, in amazing places, in a waterfall, or surfing or whatever. It's like a different way of living. So I think that is what Argentinians or Latin American look for, to have a different way of living. I mean, not so structured as when you're here. You have
I
to
didn't
study,
know
work, and have kids.
I didn't know Argentina was that boring. I always thought Argentina, Latin America was like exciting part of the world.
Yeah,
Now it
it
sounds like I have to
is.
go to New Zealand or something.
No, I mean it is, but when you are studying in a different language, in a different country, and working part time and doing jobs that maybe you don't do here, I know you live life differently. That's the thing. When I was in New Zealand, one of my jobs, I was cleaning, and my mother was like, "Why are you cleaning in New Zealand? You're a translator. You have a job here. Why are you there?" I was like, "I'm so happy here. I mean, I'm people are so friendly. Everything was really nice." So yeah, I was changing jobs. I moved houses several times. I live in two different cities. I traveled around the country for over 45 days. And I was like, it was a completely different life from the one I had a year before, that I was like working from Monday to Friday, weekends, family meeting, again, work.
Mm,
So I mean, it's a great experience. It's like a different, it's living differently. I mean,
mm. That's
yeah.
exactly what I wanted to escape from the Netherlands as well. Life in the Netherlands is good, it's easy, but it's not very stimulating. It is boring in a sense, and it made me very unhappy. I had a really good job. I was operational manager of one of the biggest advertising distributors in the Netherlands, and life was good. I couldn't complain, but I was so bored, and I was just looking for excitement. And then luckily, I managed to go back to Korea again, and then I was happier again.
Having again. Well, that's good. Yeah. I think it's good. I mean, we are here to enjoy life in a way. So sometimes traveling changes this routine in which you live in.
Mm.
So it's great, I think. And maybe you decide you want to go back to your routine in your home country, or you continue living the world. I mean, it's up to you, but at least I think it's great. I think everybody should do it, an experience like this in your life,
100%. Yeah.
because you are a new person after doing an experience like this and living overseas. I still remember the first day I got in New Zealand, and I was like at the airport with my bag, and I was like, "Hi, now I have to look for a house, look for a job, look for a new car, look for so many things," and I was like, ah. But everything happened great. Well, I loved the experience, and I think everybody should do something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise we're just stuck in this bubble and of comfort, and comfort is not good for growth. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone, and that is what we need. And you have to
Yeah,
expand those bubble bigger and bigger and bigger, and absorb everything that's there in the world, in my opinion. So,
absolutely.
mm.
Yeah, I
Mm.
totally agree.
So earlier we talked about why you do this work and what is your most single emotional moment, your mission moment. There's not a single moment. Like you said, it's a feeling that comes back years later when families message you. Can you tell me about some of those messages for the viewers back home?
Many messages.
Mm.
For example, when after 5 or 6 years, or 3 years, depending on the family situation, text me and say, "Cynthia, we are residents. Thank you so much. You changed our lives." I mean, I'm always in touch with them, so I know what's going on because they're
Mm.
always telling me what's going on. But I do get many messages like that. Or I got a new job in a big company, so I'm really happy. Or we're moving to another city because we found what we really wanted in that other city. They always speak about kids who are really happy, who speak English better than them. When I was in New Zealand, I was visiting many of my families who are there, and I was shocked to see their kids
Mm.
speaking English between them. I mean, for example, two, three families together from Argentina, Peru, Chile, Latin America, and the kids, all of them speaking English between them. Yeah. Yeah, and they spoke English to their parents, and I was like, what?
Mm.
They arrived in New Zealand, maybe speaking a little bit of English, and now I know 2 years
Mm.
later, yeah. So
With a New Zealand accent, then I guess.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
It's really rewarding, and they're always happy. And they say, "Cynthia, please count on us. If you need a video, just let me know. If you need something, or if you want to put a student in contact with me so that I can tell him or her about the city, just do it." I mean, they feel like they owe me so much because of how their lives changed. And
Mm.
that feels really rewarding. Yeah, that happens especially with families because it is like a long relationship that we have,
Mm.
because you have to choose a master. get the level of English. So maybe sometimes we are 2 years talking to that person, and not every single day, of course. But I mean, it takes time, a lot of stress when you apply for a visa, another visa, another visa. One is approved. What about the other? What about the other? You see, because all of them are dependent. So I mean, it's a lot. Selling things. I have 2 students traveling in 2 weeks, and they had like an open house, and I was watching all the photos in Instagram, posting, we sell everything, we sell this, we're leaving the car. And I was like, with a 1-year-old baby, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, they're changing their lives, and that's in a way thanks to me. I mean, because I mean, I don't want to sound like I am God, of course not. But I mean, it's so rewarding that you say like, well, we're doing a great job. So it's great.
It sounds like you have a lot of very happy clients.
All of them.
Do they also send you more clients because they're so happy?
Yeah, absolutely. I always get someone email me saying, this person gave me your contact. She's in New Zealand already. Yeah, so they are my best way of doing marketing, I guess. And they do it from their own hearts because they know the service that I gave them. So they really trust me, and they speak very well about me because they know that I'm really committed to what I'm doing. That I'm really honest. And if I have to talk to you at 10 p.m. because you had an issue, okay, I will talk to you. I mean, I will respond my phone. So I think that's good, yeah.
In student recruitment, we have something called the student impact score. And that basically means the impact the students have on your business, basically, in terms of recruitment efforts. So let's say if you give it a number from 1 to 100, how much do your clients have an impact on the rest of your recruitment efforts?
I think maybe 70%. Yeah, 70%. A lot.
I think it's higher. I think it's higher for you.
Oh, maybe more. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but yeah, probably higher. Yeah, yeah.
When I listen to your stories and the reactions of the families, I think the student impact score of Experiencia Kiwi is higher than 75.
Yeah, probably yes. You're right. I had to say a number quickly, so that came to my mind. But yeah, probably more. Yeah. And also they are a great support, because when I'm talking to someone and say, I want to live in this city, what do you think? And I say, okay, I'm going to put you in contact with this person who lives there with a family. They have kids same age as your kids, so you can ask them about high school, primary school, for example, kindergarten, and they will be able to help you. So I always put them in contact, and my students actually do a lot of the work, because they explain everything about the city, the kids, the school. I mean, many aspects of daily life, and so in a way they are helping me to sell. Yeah, because
that's interesting. You use your old clients to help or sort of counsel the new students, basically.
Yeah,
you're sort of using your students' voices to create some sort of recruitment engine for yourself, basically.
Yeah, without noticing, yeah, because they are always so happy that they say, Cynthia, if you need something, just let me know. I can talk to them. So when I have someone who is, I mean, it's not that one who comes now, I will put them in contact. I mean, I do some. I see the profile, the requirements. So when we move forward a little bit in the counseling sessions, I put them in contact, yeah. And my students are really happy to, or for example, you want to study a master's degree in innovation, for example. So I say, okay, I'll put you in contact with my student who is currently studying this master, so she can explain a little bit more about how it works, and you see, so I do that all the time, yeah.
So do you reward those students as well, your old students, if they bring someone new? Do you give them like a present or some benefit?
No, I don't.
No? Is that not normal in Argentinian culture? I don't know.
Maybe it is, but I have like I don't know, something in my mind that says maybe if you reward them, you are forcing them to say good things, or to, because I mean, if I'm paying you to say something about Experiencia Kiwi, maybe you have to say good things. I don't know, maybe it sounds like. So sometimes they really say good things about us from their hearts, from their experience. Sometimes I feel I should give them something back, but I feel that if I pay them, it would not be the same. It's like something I'm working on.
Maybe you can send them like a little care package from Argentina with the stuff that they miss or something. So you send it to New Zealand, and that's something they can enjoy, basically. That is, and they will I think they will get like a really big emotional response to that, because maybe some things they miss from back home that they cannot get in New Zealand, and then
Yeah.
they feel really, really grateful that that their help got them this little present. It might be small, but it
Yeah.
can be big for them, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah.
So let me
Absolutely.
ask you something, Ren. This is the first time I asked this question, but who is one other dream maker in your circle that the world needs to hear from next, you think?
That's a difficult question. So could it
Yeah,
be
you
another
don't.
agency or a school?
Maybe, yeah. Anybody's fine. Anybody working in this student mobility industry.
Maybe App Education, which is a group. Yeah.
Okay,
And they
I'm glad
really
you have.
support us, yes, and support students. Yeah.
So 2026 now. What does a win look like for you and Experiencia Kiwi this year?
New Zealand is making it easier for us to promote the programs because of all the benefits and the good things that are coming. So I think in New Zealand, I mean, the government or immigration, everything is accompanying us to promote the destination because they're doing great things. So my challenge, I think, is to to reach those students who want to study in New Zealand. New Zealand is open to international students. New Zealand is open to professionals. So it is our challenge to reach students who want to migrate to New Zealand to offer all these programs we have. But I think what I say to my students, New Zealand is open now. I don't know. I don't think it will be open forever. So if you want to travel to New Zealand, you have to do it now, especially if you want to migrate with family. You have to do it in the next couple of years because I think that as it happened in Australia, for example, that they opened visas and everything and suddenly they closed. So I think the same is going to happen. So it is the time now to go to New Zealand, and I think we have a great year ahead. With I'm having lots of inquiries and potential students. It takes time, as I said, because you need to fill many requirements. But I think it's going to be a great year because, as I said, New Zealand policies are accompanying us. So I think it's going to be great.
Okay, so if you want to go to New Zealand, you have to go now, or you might lose your chance for.
I don't know forever, but yeah, it is the opportunity. I mean, especially if you want to migrate with family and get a residence. I mean, it's like so easy, let's say. I mean, you need to fulfill requirements, but I mean, it's so easy nowadays that it is their time to go and go for it if it is really what you want. Absolutely.
I think because of this podcast, everybody's going to apply to New Zealand now, and then they have to close the border by the end of the year, I think.
No, not again, please. With the pandemics, we were like almost 2 years closed. So yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I think it is the best time to go there. Yeah. And if you go, of course you have to come to Experiencia Kiwi.
Of course.
I like comparing Experiencia Kiwi to, for example, you have a party, you need a party dress. And so if you go to a department store, you will get 2, 3 dresses, some pair of shoes, some bags, some makeup, you see. But if you go to a boutique, you will get lots of dresses, different colors, different fabrics, everything specialized in party dresses. That is what you need. Experiencia Kiwi is like a boutique, let's say. I mean, if you go to want to go to New Zealand, go there because we have lots of programs for you. If you go to other agency that sells Australia, Malta, Ireland, New Zealand, maybe you want to do a master's degree and they will offer 3, 5 options, you see, and you have to choose out of that. I always compare. I like making that comparison because it's like we specialize in the destination. I have been there, I have lived there, I have visited the schools, the universities. I have sent students there, and I really love what I do. It's a very honest job that I do. So well,
okay.
I hope
so
more students start coming to us. Yeah.
So yeah, go to the boutique shop. Don't go to H&M or Primark.
Absolutely.
Okay,
prices are the same. I mean, that is a good point. It's not that a boutique is more expensive than a department store. Here, prices are the same because, I mean, the schools put the prices, not us. So
yeah.
same price, but more options.
Better service, yeah.
Yeah, better service.
Thank you, Cintia. I really liked our conversation today. I'm glad you could make the time to appear today. I'm sure Experiencia Kiwi will have a great 2026, and I hope to hear more from you in the next couple of weeks.
Well, thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks a lot for the invitation. It is my first podcast, so it's been really challenging, but it's been really nice to be here, and it's very easy to talk about something that you love doing. So sometimes, I mean, I was a little bit nervous, but in the end, it is what I do every day and what I see every day. So, I mean, it's easy to talk about it. We'll be speaking for 10 more hours about Experiencia Kiwi and New Zealand.
Well,
okay, so thank you very much for the invitation.
Welcome. So for our viewers back home, since it's our first podcast, I think you all should remember to like and subscribe. And then, yeah, this was DreamMakers, the human stories behind international student recruitment. See you on the next one.